Ooh, wait for it. This is gonna go well. There we go. I'm up and down you go. Exercise is good, but it's also fun to watch people do good things in dumb ways. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend. This is where we call out lies, hypocrisy, corruption, and highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters because truth conquers, but you can't conquer anything unless you're strong. So luckily here to help us get strong again is Ancestral Supplements grass-fed beef liver. Beef liver is nature's multivitamin for a reason. It makes your metabolism fast, energy high, and cravings low. It's time to get healthy and it's time to get strong with beef liver. Grab yours at ancestralsupplements.com/JPReacts, and for 15% off, use discount code JPReacts. Let's get into it. Now, I started working out at the tender age of 11, so I have done my fair share of dumb things in the gym, and nothing amuses me more because it's something I love, and I love being self-deprecating. I think fitness is a foundation of freedom, and as people pursue their health freedom through working out, sometimes things don't go as planned. It can be due to mindlessness, like we're going to see plenty of in these videos, and it can be due to just being an idiot. Nowadays, when I injure myself in the gym, I'm typically using really good form, but I'm just either pushing too much weight relative to how rested and recovered I am, or I'm doing too much volume. And some of what you'll see here is just downright dangerous through no one's fault other than the person doing it. So I'm going to also give you some very important safety tips along the way, as we laugh our way in that direction. Let's start with Kevin, who's doing squats. I just made that name up. But here's Kevin squatting apparently too much weight. Bailing out the front, supposed to bail out the back. Ideally, you don't have to bail out, but sometimes that happens. A little bar burn with some iron filings on the way down. Nothing ever goes wrong with exercise bands. This opening clip just one more time for the people in the back. There you go. Here's a public service announcement. There's nothing better than watching people do box jumps, especially on the internet. Very rarely does it go right. If you're actually in the gym doing it, most of the time it goes correctly. But there is nothing better than good box jump fails. Getting a little ambitious, getting a little far out over our skis, are we? Now, fun things happen when you deadlift. When you do it wrong, you can herniate your discs. He's not necessarily doing it right. And then sometimes you can just pass out. It's actually probably more common than you think. He looks like he'd be a good opponent for Jake Paul's next fight. What's your specialty? I just knocked myself out. You don't even have to touch me. All right, I think Netflix will buy that. Well, pre-workout directly into the mouth. Let's see how, that didn't go too good. You just did a little reflexively spill the rest of the can. Looks like his buddy Joel isn't too pleased with them. Bro, you just spilled our workout powder. I know, I was choking. Just mix it in water. Now, it's one thing when you're working out and you're doing something right and something just goes wrong. It's a completely different thing when you're working out and you're just doing things that are wrong. I don't think there's anything better to watch. People trying to work a muscle and they're moving their weight with anything but that muscle. It's like, dude, the weight's moving. Am I getting a good workout? No, not at all. Let's video you so you can have a little more self-awareness. And by the way, in this first video, you'll see a lot of purple equipment. There is nowhere that's worse to work out than Planet Fitness. It is just a fast food chain of gyms. Planet Fitness definitely didn't get on my good side when they started banning members for reporting men in the women's locker room. So nonetheless, this is basically what you get at Planet Fitness. Come work out at our gym that's designed to not work out in. And feel free to use the women's restroom then. Now this old dude, I'll give him a gold star for being in the gym. This guy, he gets negative gold stars for hyperextending his knees under a lot of load, probably highly stressing his knee ligaments. You could just bend your knee the wrong way there, buddy. And this guy, you have to wonder, how much ego is he operating with? It's like, dude, I could do a quarter amount of weight on these tricep press downs using my triceps. Or guess what? I could use almost the full stack using my whole body for tricep press downs. Here you go. One more rep. Feel the burn in your triceps? Nope. Nope. I feel it in my abs and calves for some reason. And I need to see a knee surgeon after watching that. One more time through it. The interesting thing doing leg press, which isn't an exercise I do, it's not one I recommend, but it's kind of in the name. Ideally, you're working your legs. But this guy, he's doing a hybridized bench press of his own legs, using obviously his shoulder girdle muscles so he can move more weight, and he's bouncing it off the bottom. I need to have another knee surgery watching this. There we go. We'll get back to the video in just a second, but first, in moments of emergency, you don't have time to hesitate. Whether you're deep in the woods hunting or living off grid, you need to be prepared for whatever life throws your way. That's why I'm a big fan of the Wellness Company's Field Emergency Kit. The most robust urgent care when seconds count. It's packed in an IP67 military grade waterproof and dustproof case. This kit isn't just built tough, it's built to save lives. Inside you'll find life-saving antibiotics, antivirals, antiparasitics, non-addictive pain relief, and even a generic EpiPen for critical allergic reactions. With over 60 conditions covered, this kit stands ready when medical help is miles away or simply isn't an option. And also, very importantly, the kit comes with an 85-page medical guidebook written by the Wellness Company's medical board, instructing you on how to use what for each condition. By the way, if you're the man of the house, this is the perfect gift to ask for. I say it's time to gear up with the Field Emergency Kit, because when the unexpected happens, you won't just survive, you'll conquer it. Get it at twc.health/jpreacts and use the discount code JPReacts to save up to $180 plus get free shipping. Kits are only available in the USA, pays to be an American. Now back to the video. Now, if you ever see a guy squat like this in the gym, you just know he's got some inner demons he's trying to outrun through the illusion of appearing much stronger than he actually is. Is he gonna go parallel, ladies and gentlemen? Well, almost got there. Let's put another plate on each side. Yeah, just let's be more of a man. It's a big squat. There we go. It's got some very inclusive exercises there. Oh, it's wonderful. I'll give you an important safety announcement after this. But first, let's check in with our resident bench press fail correspondent, who's failing on probably the most dangerous exercise to fail in. 3 big plates on each side, and you probably just need about 1 on each side there. And now you see what becomes a significant challenge to keep oxygen to your brain. He actually did pretty well there. Yeah, he injured his ego, but he escaped. Let's see a little more of what can go wrong with a bench press. This person's at least using a weight appropriate for a squirrel. If you're going to fail with a squirrel weight and down to your head. Here's what you might not know. Apparently, there's more deaths from bench press fails than any other gym accident. You're literally using something that can choke you out in a position where you can be choked out on. First off, you never want to bench press without a spotter, ideally. And if you are, you got to be responsible. Are you going to go to failure? Not if you're smart. Are you going to use a weight you're not confident in? Not if you're smart, if you don't have a spotter. And if you do have to fail, you always go towards your feet. You never go up. Bar can land right on your throat. That's how most people die doing the bench press, and you can certainly cause cranial injuries. And here's a tip that I learned the hard way as I was, not practicing what I'm currently preaching. Some lessons are best learned the hard way. I failed on a bench press. No one's around but my 3-year-old son. He wasn't really in the mood to lift a couple 100 pounds off daddy's chest. Luckily, I didn't have collars on the bar. They call them safety collars for a reason, but they're unsafe collars when you're bench pressing alone, because if you need to, you can tip the bar, tip the weights off, and you literally can just save your own life. But if you have the collars on the bar, a lot of people were telling me when they saw my video, they're like, dude, you're so smart for not putting the collars on. I'm like, First off, what you just saw, I was being extremely dumb. And second off, I did not put the collars on purpose. But word to the wise, if you're bench pressing on your own, I deem it to be much safer not to use the safety collars. Now let's check in and see how it's going with the vertigo community on dumbbell bench presses. So far looking good. Got the headphones in. You listen to music, pump you up. And up we go and down you go. Life is tough when you don't have equilibrium. Now, from the get-go, we know exactly how this is going to go for this gentleman. Everybody knows it other than him, but sometimes you got to go through the motions. And, well, he got almost a halfway up there. For our viewing pleasure, it would have been a joy to see him get about 95% of the way up there. Do a little endo. It's always music to my eyes. But only when it's someone else. Now, some people go to the gym to get fitter, healthier, stronger. That's great. Other people apparently go to the gym to get more injured. Let's see how that looks. Here we go. You want tremendous forces going through your knees and back. You got to be holistic. If you can do X amount of weight, why not do 3X that same weight? Everybody wins, especially your low back, neck in his case. There we go. Why use a range of motion when you can just not? The weight sure looks bigger. Are the girls watching? I sure hope so. And there we go. I herniated discs throughout my entire spine watching that. This looks like a predator. Planet Fitness again. This is what we get. That's what we get. And let's bring it home to see how pull-ups go for sumo wrestlers. Hats off for him for trying to pull up. He's using assistance, other human, and it's a fail. Now, before you accuse me of fat shaming someone who can't do a pull-up, no, I applaud him for trying to pull up. This is a fail because, of course, he's working out with a mask on. Everybody loses, especially him in that case. With that said, my freedom-loving friends, because I view fitness as an absolute foundation of our freedom, because you can't have freedom unless you have health. You can't have health unless you have good fitness. I love working out. It's something that amuses me. It's good for me mentally, physically. I hope you do too. And the things that are important to me are the things I like to laugh at the best. So hopefully you've had a good time laughing along the way with me at the expense of other people. Let's not post the videos of ourselves failing. Yeah, that's not good. We'll just pretend that doesn't happen. So let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below, if you'd like to see more like it, or if you would like to never see these kind of videos ever again. I'm here to hear your opinion, and I'll look forward to seeing you on our next video. But until then, stay fit.